Good afternoon. My name's Joe Cashwell with Rotor Craft RC. Rotor Craft RC is the charge case building division for Rotary Wing RC. Well, what we have here is one of our most complicated cases we have ever produced. A lot of engineering, a lot of wrestling with stuff, trying to figure out how to make things work. I have a bad habit of saying, yeah, we can do it, and then we got to figure out how to do it. Well, this is the prime example. This case is for Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace is an NBA pro player, and what we did here is worked with him and designed some stuff and figured out what he was looking for. He does RC cars, so he wants to be able to do high discharge rates, and what we have is a Meanwell RSP 2000 24 volt and an LRS 350 12 volt. The 12 volt runs the small charger, the 24 volt runs the two big chargers. Also, off the 12 volt, we went ahead and tagged in the LED lights and the fans. They all consume the same voltage in DC, so we went ahead and cut out the step down converters. The two squirrel cage fans here actually are what cools the discharge blocks. We have resistor blocks that are in there, and you can discharge off the second channel of your iCharger, and it does it at a high rate. So what we did is we put 80 amp 5-pin relays in, and it basically gives us an A-B switch. A, you can charge out of the second channel. B, you can discharge out of the second channel. So once again, wire management is a must. Being able to unplug everything to pull the upper deck or this bottom deck out and be able to service it is a must. So there's a lot of connectors in here, and if you notice, once again, we use different connectors for everything. So if the customer does pull the case apart, there's no way that they can put it back together wrong. Well, I say that, but it does happen. Not yet, but it does. So our upper deck basically has a 206B. We did some custom CNC work for Ben and got his logo and Wallace Motorsports. All the LEDs are fast, and some vibrations, never going to release them. And then we had to build some standoff blocks in here, so we have the depth of the charger and the cables and everything. So basically, let's fire this puppy up. Once again, 10 amp slow blow fuse in the IEC, so ever overdraws anything or has a short, it'll blow that fuse. We also put a second fuse inside there, so the customer ever overloads something at the field and they figure out what it is, they can replace the fuse. Inside the box here, you see the Discharge Banks, and basically it is set on A right now to where you can charge off of channel 1 and channel 2. Once you put the relay on, you'll actually watch channel 2 go into the discharge side. Not a good idea to flick this switch while you're charging. You'll let the smoke out of the charger, and we all know that these run off of smoke, and once you let the smoke out, they don't run anymore. The upper logo, Chris did some real creative CNC work. He's been purchasing a bunch of new bits and playing around with some different things. The new bits just really give an awesome look. Now, this deck is not attached. It'll actually sit up a little bit higher, so you'll have equal green glow all the way around. We did digitize the customer's personal logo, and we put that in the case, and then Wallace Motorsports for his car stuff. So this is an unbelievable case. We really like it. It was fun. It was a challenge. If you had any idea how much air is coming out of that, I mean, there's a lot of air. Those squirrel cage fans move so much air. Suck it into that fan. That'd be a bad day. But anyways, we hope Ben really enjoys this. I enjoyed building it. A little frustrating at times, but we're good. We're glad it's done. Now what we're going to do is the same thing we do with all our cases. We do test charges and test discharges. We take temperature readings, and if everything is good to go, we'll box this up and ship it. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.